Hello and welcome to That's Football. This is your Premier League review. And what a weekend it's been. Is it now a two-horse race when it comes to the Premier League title between Manchester United and Manchester City? Can Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool really expect to join this title race with both Manchester clubs now 6 point clear? Very early days, but it's the significance of the patterns that are developing now that for me starts to rule some clubs out of this Premier League. And I'm not saying, I think on form and luck, Manchester City are the team, when I look at the October fixtures, that really are going to keep winning and winning and winning, and it's whether Manchester United can stick with them or whether somebody else is going to come through and try and stick with them, because I expect City to be there for the long haul now. They have come through three big significant lucky patches. That game against Bournemouth in late August where Mike Dean added the time on and they nicked 3 points. Liverpool against City when Mane was sent off rightly, but Liverpool were on top. And then at the weekend, yes, City played very, very well against Chelsea, but Morata going off injured in the first half. So City are getting that element of luck that you need for a title, and now they're going to benefit from that because their October/November fixtures are very favourable, whereas Manchester United have got Liverpool away, Spurs at home and Chelsea away in the next sort of 4 to 5 weeks. So United will be tested. Can they stick with them? And 6 points can flip around quite quickly for Chelsea. They've got Crystal Palace next. If Liverpool were to beat United, they're 3 points behind them. They play them in November. They could be back level with them. But I don't see them closing the gap on City anytime soon. And I think from a Chelsea perspective, they've taken 1 point from 6 at home against Arsenal and City, and that's not against the big boys. You need to be slightly better. In relation to Spurs, I think Spurs are a fantastic side. I really do. Over the last 3 years, they've been very, very consistent, Tottenham. And Harry Kane, a bit like Lukaku, a bit like Morata before him, a bit like Aguero, they are scoring goals and they will score goals. The trouble with Spurs is it's nothing to do with them being a bad footballing side. They're a good footballing side. They've got a good squad and a very good manager. But Wembley will kill them. I said it at the start of the season. Wembley will destroy Spurs' title aspirations. Away from home, they play with such ease and freedom, and they're very, very hard to stop. But at Wembley, they freeze because it's everybody's cup final when they go there. It's a big, massive pitch. It doesn't suit them. They're there for money. They're there because their fantastic new stadium is being built. But it will stop them winning the title this year from Spurs. Arsenal are actually level with Chelsea on points. That just shows you that Chelsea had actually had quite a good start to the season. They've had some difficult tasks, some difficult games. But to be level with Arsenal, I mean, you know, Arsenal have had a good run over the last 3 games. Favourable fixtures again, but they've had a good run. Back with Chelsea. As for Liverpool, let's have a look at the Premier League title because I'm not too sure where Liverpool are now. So yeah, they're 7 points off the top with 12 points. Level with Burnley. I've got to give Burnley a massive shout out. I mean, the smaller clubs in the league don't really get much mention, and I'm sure they won't do, but I want to mention them because they've not had a very easy start to the season, Burnley, either. Winning at Everton today, they drew at Liverpool, they drew at Spurs, and they beat Chelsea at Chelsea. So what a start for Burnley, who last season had a fantastic home record anyway, and away from home against teams like Everton, Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, they're unbeaten, and not only that, they've taken 8 points from 12. It's very impressive from Burnley, and they do deserve a big shout out because they're in 6th, and they're in 6th on merit. They are actually above Liverpool, which shows you Liverpool terrible defensively, but apparently they score loads of goals. But Burnley are ahead of them with goal difference of 2. Liverpool's goal difference is 1. I mean, they did take the pummeling from City, didn't they, with 10 men. But Watford, they're doing quite well as well. Newcastle mid-table. It really was a mid-table battle for Liverpool today, and they drew with Newcastle. Huddersfield, Southampton, bottom 3. You got Palace, can't score a goal, got no points. Bournemouth with 4 points, Swansea with 5. It's quite congested, really. Everton, would they consider getting rid of Koeman? I don't know, but it's interesting. I mean, I really do think Man City, Manchester United and Chelsea will be top 3. So then it's Spurs. I think Spurs will be 4th. I think Arsenal and Liverpool will not be in the top 4 this season based on where we are at the moment. But Adam Alley says, can I get a shout out? Watford, says David Fellows. Watford have had a very good start, but it doesn't surprise me with Watford because their manager was very good at Hull last year, Silva, and he's a very good manager. And I think he reminds me a lot of Pochettino, although he's done it at far less fashionable clubs than Southampton. I predict Silva will get a top job in the Premier League at some point or in Europe. Potentially Pochettino will go. It'd be a very good replacement for Pochettino, and I think he'd take it on. He's a very good manager, so I'm not surprised by Watford. The only thing about Watford is the players. I don't know who they are, and nobody ever does with Watford. They just change all the time, apart from Troy Deeney. But Dan Butterworth said, what are Palace's next few fixtures? It seems to be a bit of a rotation of the top four, because they have got Chelsea next, so they're not going to win that either, are they? So I don't think they should have got rid of De Boer so quick, really, but they would have sacked him anyway, wouldn't they? Any international watch-alongs, says Alex Bork. Yes, there are. We've got watch-alongs for you. So I don't really know when the fixtures are, if I'm totally honest. But let's have a quick look for you. So we've got Friday the 6th. I'm trying to see when England are playing, because we're definitely doing England. Does anybody know when England are playing? Okay, so Thursday, we're doing a watch along on Thursday, England versus Slovenia, and then I think they're playing on Sunday, aren't they, as well? Maybe Monday. Well, we're doing Wales Ireland on the Monday. I don't know. Somebody will tell me when England's next one is, but they're playing on Thursday, so we're doing a watch along for that. We're doing a watch along for Wales Ireland a week tomorrow, and we'll do both England games watch alongs. That's what we're going to do for that. If Palace win against Chelsea, should they get a trophy? Yeah. I think they should end there. Don't feel sorry for Fosu Mensah. He's on loan from Manchester United to Crystal Palace. It's very good for him. It's just about game time, and he'll learn a hell of a lot from it. So, trust me. Everton are struggling, but you know, it's funny enough, because I'm not doing a FIFA 18 career tonight for Everton because I'm doing this, but we'll bring it back tomorrow. But in relation to, in relation to my Everton FIFA career mode, I've sort of turned the corner a bit, but it really does mirror what Koeman's doing. Difficult sort of starts the season for Everton, then a bad result against Burnley. I think he'll turn it round, but the big problem with Everton, and it's weird to say it from a FIFA 18 career mode management because I'm not an Everton fan, but the big problem with Everton is a striker. And look at what Lukaku's done at Everton over the last few years. Look at what he's doing for Manchester United. You take that out of your team, it's very hard for Everton to replace that. If you're Arsenal or you're Man City or you're Chelsea and you lose a top striker like Costa, you go and sign Morata. You know, it's very easy for a top four side to do it. If you're Everton and you lose Lukaku, who's going to go on to be world class, where do you get that from when you're Everton and you're a team that really is a 7th, 6th, or seventh or 8th team in the Premier League? You've got to go and get potential, or you've got to get somebody who nobody else wants. So it's very hard for them. Replacing Lukaku with Rooney, I'm sorry, as a Manchester United fan, was always going to end in tears. Rooney's on the decline, and Mourinho did very well to get rid of him. And Rooney has been a world-class player over the years, but he is on the decline, and that's Everton's problem. But back to the title, I think the way it's going to sort of develop over the next few weeks, as we look at the fixtures in the Premier League, especially, is that it really, really is a case of Manchester City's fixtures are very favourable. Manchester United, as I said, Spurs, Chelsea and Liverpool before the next international break. If they win those, then I think they're real contenders as well. But I just can't see City dropping any points, probably up until December when they play United at Old Trafford. And by then, they could have quite a healthy lead. I think Chelsea are struggling from the fact that their squad's not as strong as last year. I think Matic and Costa are big losses. I also think playing European football will tire out people like Kante, who were just so energetic for the last 2 years. Won the title for the last 2 years, Kante, but played 1 game a week for the last 2 years. He's now going to have to do 2 games a week, and Atletico Madrid will have taken a lot out of them last Wednesday. So it was just inevitable that Chelsea would be a bit slightly derailed by losing big players and playing twice a week. Arsenal will just never be consistent enough. Liverpool have an awful defence. Manchester United, really, and I would say Spurs, but Spurs, the Wembley effect has destroyed it for Spurs. It's a real shame because I think Spurs would have been a real good shout to fight for the title. It comes down to the 2 Manchester clubs, and at the moment, City, with that stroke of luck they've had and the favourable fixtures they've got in October, it's all about whether Manchester United can cling on to them until that game in December, and if they can, then we've got a great title race on our hands because it's going to be 2 big clubs going to head in the same city. I don't really think anyone's going to catch City other than United, and I know it's early days. I think other people could catch United, but it's whether I can't see anyone catching City, only United. So that's the way I see it at the moment. I don't know whether people agree with that or not. Does Mark ever leave the computer, says Thomas Williams? Yes, he does. I've just been watching a bit of classic royal family. The second manager to be sacked will be, says Michael Foley. Good question. Get your comments in. I think the next manager to be sacked, currently, when you look at it, I think Koeman should be okay. But let's have a quick look at the Premier League table again. So Koeman should be alright. I think Mark Hughes beating Southampton helped him. Brighton, they're not going to sack theirs. Bilic, they won at the weekend, so he's alright for the moment. Leicester could get rid of theirs, considering Shakespeare took over Ranieri, and I thought that was a terrible sacking. To sack Leicester to win the title and then sack the manager within a few months was just shocking. So shows you how ruthless they are. I don't think Leicester will put up with that. I think that would my tip. I don't think Hodgson's going to go anywhere from Palace, even though they can't score and they've got no points. I can't see Bournemouth getting rid of Eddie Howe. I wouldn't want them to. I can't see Swansea getting rid of Clement. I think Shakespeare at Leicester is the one. Southampton possibly. It all depends on what the next fixtures are. But yeah, I would say Shakespeare at Leicester is the one that sort of stands out to me. I think West Ham manager, says Dying Sarcasm. Quiz question: who was the first English team to beat Real Madrid? Says Fearsome Mitchie. We'll let people know. I don't know. And Klopp says, well, yeah. I'll tell you what, that is not. It's a left field one, but very interesting. This, whether you're a Liverpool fan or not, after 75 games. Klopp has 6 less points than Brendan Rodgers did after 75 games. And apparently Klopp's the new messiah. And I'm sorry, whatever you think about Liverpool or Klopp, after 75 games, if you've got less points than a man who's been sacked like Brendan Rodgers, sorry, your philosophy can't... It's a bit like... You know, it's a bit like going on a night out, isn't it? And there's you and a few of your mates, and there's only one attractive girl. And you, for the whole night, are the funniest, the most entertaining person there, but... ranking you out of 6, she puts you 6 and goes home with the quiet guy because he's good looking. That's Klopp for you. He might be entertaining. Their fans, Liverpool fans, might love him. But the reality is, he's not going home with the girl, is he? He's not going home with the girl. And that's what it's all about. You've got to go home with the girl. You've got to get the points on the table. And Klopp isn't doing it. And he's not even doing it as well as somebody who's been sacked. And 75 games is nearly 2 seasons. So, for me, Klopp, if United were to beat them, and I think it depends how Mourinho sets up. I don't think Mourinho should go to that game thinking a point's good enough, because looking at City's results, they'll lose City's fixtures, they'll lose ground. I think they should go to Liverpool to win, and they should set up to win it. And if United did beat Liverpool, then I think that is going to turn a lot of Liverpool fans against Klopp. I don't know what they think about Klopp at the moment, but he could be gone. He could be gone. Thanks everyone for watching. That's your Premier League review. Really enjoyed it. Good weekend. Things are starting to progress for sure, aren't they? And yeah, so Shakespeare for me would be the next manager to be sacked at Leicester. A few of you saying Klopp there, but he's got to start getting the go, otherwise he will go. I think it's between United and City for the title already. I think United could be caught because of the fixtures they've got, but I don't see City being caught anytime soon. So for me, it's going to be in Manchester, and it's about whether United can go with City with the squad that they've got. Interesting to see. Chelsea, I think they will be derailed because of Europe, and they haven't strengthened for me in the summer. Spurs derailed by Wembley, Arsenal derailed by Wenger, and Liverpool derailed by the fact that they are terrible defensively. Thanks everyone for watching. Get commenting below. Lots of big issues there, so thanks everyone for talking about that. And we'll be back with you again tomorrow with some more content on That's Football. Probably back with the FIFA 18 career mode tomorrow, episode 4. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all soon. Don't forget to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and tell all your friends about That's Football, because the Skype call-in shows are starting this week on this channel. Generic football chat, doesn't matter who you support, they're starting this week. So get spreading the word, get liking, get subscribing. This is a channel for everybody. All football opinion. Speak to you all soon.